Hi guys, it's Sarah here today with Grassroots Evolution. Thank you so much for watching. Welcome to my channel. For all of you new subscribers and anyone who's new to my channel, it's awesome to have you. It's awesome to encounter new energy, and I just want to invite you at the end of this, if it's resonated and you feel like it's touched your soul, please feel free to subscribe. It would be wonderful to have you along the journey with me. This message is for the time while the sun is in Aquarius, and I wanted to take a moment or two to it's later, right? It's a few days into Aquarius, just because I feel like the lunar eclipse was definitely took center stage, and I want to really now feel out the energy Aquarius has to offer. So what we're going to do is use first off a message from the Shaman's Oracle, and this is by John Matthews and Will Kingham. And there's two things I heard while I was getting ready for this, and one was grounded intuition, and the second was honor your warrior self, honor your warrior spirit. And before I go too much farther, guys, I'm going to ask Archangel Michael to guard and protect this reading, as well as any of you who would ask for it. I'm going to also just be asked to be used as the clearest channel possible and the most far-reaching for any of you guys out there, as well as my team of light. Please join me. And I am also calling in my warrior spirit today for this, for any of you. Where I was going to say is, if at any point you want your guides or your angels in your life, all you need to do is ask. This is also true of your warrior self. And before I go too much farther, I want to share a little bit of my experience. I really like shamanic drumming. My mom kind of taught me when I was younger, and if anybody is interested in adding that into, you know, even your meditation regime or anything like that, you can go on YouTube and look up shamanic drumming and just, you know, allow your body to connect with the sacred rhythm of that drum and choose, you know, maybe time to look into this, okay, but choose where is it that you're wanting to go. And how I want to put this is with very focused intention, right? Grounded intuition and focused intention. And you can ask in here, in this space, in this meditation, to connect with your guides and ask them to show you what you need to see. Okay, I'm feeling, and I'm being called to just imagine the tree as above, so below. If you are wanting to connect with animal spirit guides and of this earth, you know, choose to go down the rabbit hole, so to speak. And then if you're looking to connect with ascended masters or above, higher, climb that frickin' tree, my friends, you know. But always remember to keep yourself here and tethered here is what I'm being guided to say. Always remember to bring yourself back afterwards. So just something I'm going to say there, but it's been, for me, very, very transformative in some of those journeys, the visions that you get. If you are looking to honor your warrior self, where I was going with this is, a few years ago, I felt very called to do that kind of meditation after a long time out of the game, and I asked to meet up with my warrior self, and it took me to a pit, a fire pit, with a few guides. I met my warrior self, my warrior self, and I met a few of my guides there. And it's like, there are different places in your sacred gardens, in your temples, different places where knowledge is gathered in different circles, is what I'm hearing. So I feel like that might have been a message for some of you. Take what resonates here, but if you are looking to find your warrior self, honor your warrior self, be open to what that is. I'm being really guided to share with you my warrior self, or my warrior guide's name is Atreyu. I really liked the Neverending Story, and I didn't want to believe that. I thought maybe I was making that up, but maybe that's why I really liked it, because Atreyu was a click, right? If this happens to you where things are just clicking, I'm being guided to say you may want to try and get in touch with spirit guides if you feel like there's little spirit nudges and nudging you along your way. But it was so transformative for me to meet my warrior self and to remind myself that, you know, I can adorn this giant, beautiful red headdress and put forth in bravely my warrior song, okay? If that makes any sense. So, guys, I feel like this is definitely a time to connect with your ancestral knowledge as well. And this is, I feel like, the Shaman's Oracle is cave painting and everything. So I'm just going to get one message for anyone who's felt like that's resonated. Thank you. Ooh, we get 2 that have come out, and in the reverse is 1. So I feel like we got the Dancer of Fear. Okay, cave drawing, and it almost looks like, you know, this terrible, ugly fighting thing. Spider-like, what are we afraid of? What are we skirting around? Definitely time to maybe work through and get out of fear. And we have the Shaman of Foresight here. And I'm going to read to you from the book what this is. I'm being called to bring you the Dancer of Fear first. So let's see what that is. Okay, so I'm going to hold it up, guys. To get in touch here, this may bring back some ancestral memories. I'm also hearing pay attention to the feelings you get. What does this invoke for you? If it is fear, what is it bringing up? Why is it here? And how can we use this for positive movement forward, is what I'm hearing. Okay, but I will read it to you because these are amazing messages that I feel like, first off, this is what you guys, or whoever's resonated, may need to hear. I am the Dancer of Fear. I teach you when to move forward and when to retreat, how to consider dangers you may be facing and when to take risks. To master me is to become stronger, yet I can undermine everything you do if I am allowed to. When I am with you, you may be afraid to move, but I also protect you from the kinds of risk that can bring you to places of greater terror. Our ancestors experienced fear on a daily basis as they struggled to survive in unpredictable worlds. Fear still comes to us in many forms and strikes us at the most inappropriate times. It can hold us fast in its grip, often paralyzing us and preventing us from moving in any direction, or causing us to withdraw from society, friendship, or even living. The Dancer of Fear embodies the state of being, yet also teaches us the value of what it is to be afraid. It tells us when not to advance into danger, when to avoid actions that bring peril in their wake. In doing so, it teaches us more about who we are. So, the interpretations of this card and just some of the suggested things it could be looking at right now is status, terrors, unwillingness to advance, fear of things, of people, of the unknown, weakness, paralysis, failure, caution, awareness of risk, and breaking barriers. And I feel like it's in the reverse, and we get Shaman of Foresight because it's like using your gut and connecting with, you know, your own internal knowledge and your own ancestral knowledge, your own guidance on says where's the places for you to go. Is this appropriate fear or inappropriate fear? And if it is inappropriate fear, how do I move past that, break these barriers and self-limiting barriers of this fear, and move on? And I want to read to you the Shaman of Foresight as well, because the shaman is where we heal ourselves, and knowing that if we can connect to our intuition, we know that things are going to be okay in the end. And that's important to know. No matter what it is, you have the power to make yourself fully grounded and whole and happy and okay no matter what the world brings you. Just a minute, guys. Okay, I'm back. So with the Shaman of Foresight, I'm going to read it again. I am the Shaman of Foresight. I travel the road before you, bringing back reports of what lies ahead. I can teach you to see beyond the moment, to live in such a way that whatever new task you undertake, you are always ready to adjust accordingly. I prepare the way ahead, ensuring that whatever your journey leads, you will enter into new moment with clear intent and true perception. So foresight enables us to find the way toward our own destiny. It takes us safely past obstacles or traps, beyond stormy seas into calmer waters. For our ancestors, the ability to imagine what might happen next would often have meant the difference between life and death. In our own lives, foresight means being prepared for every eventuality. The Shaman of Foresight helps us to work in our expectations so that we are ready for whatever life throws at us. The image on this card shows, where is it? The handprint enclosed in a cage. Foresight shows us how we may avoid such captivity in the first place. So this is preparedness, being watchful, transcending the moment, and I feel like this one is really important here, the transcending the moment, looking ahead, interpreting signs, taking advice, acting intentionally, listening to instincts, dreams, and visions. And this is all connecting definitely with our warrior self and our groundedness. Like, our warrior selves push through fear. I'm just going to share as well. I've been watching this show on Netflix. I think it's a movie called Mountain Men. If any of you feel like you need to watch something and see people push past their fear, that is for sure a show to watch. When there's been times in my life, certain things have moved me to a point where it's like you need to move past fear. If there is something that triggers you to see your fear as maybe not, get out of any debilitatingness, okay, and connect with your guides. Maybe if you want to do any of those shamanic meditations, ask to be let in on what do I need to know? How can I honor my warrior self? How can I move forward with whatever my task is? And be open to the communication that your guides give you, because I can tell you I've never been steered wrong. The communication that the divine gives me, sometimes it's up for our interpretation on exactly how it's going to manifest. We have to release the attachment to that and know that Spirit has a plan for us. Spirit's not going to leave you high and dry, and you are able to connect with your ancestral lineage on a soul level. So where's that warrior soul within yourself that isn't going to take any shit from nobody, is what I'm hearing, okay? For me, I like feathers, right? Feathers in my hair if you find feathers, but this is what can you do to shake things up, to honor your warrior self. Maybe it is literally carry around something, a talisman, something that reminds you that you are a true warrior. Stick a feather in your hair and make it visible and be like, come on, I'm a little brave here. What are you going to do about it? Or just honor love and peace and love. And that is kind of like, join me in this warrior type. Let's revolutionize the world. Let's move past the fear. Nonviolent intervention. It's like, know that I'm feeling like with this and impulsiveness and about transcending the moments. Your time of Aquarius and this whole like sun in Aquarius time, it's time to transcend, right? Don't see things for the small things. See the bigger picture and the bigger view. Transcend fears and why are they here, but how can I use this to, I'm hearing appropriate interventions, okay? How can you use that to bring in appropriate interventions on places where there is things working, not working, and transcend the fear of change and come to this with openness, okay? So I'm going to bring in a little tarot wisdom from the Nicoletta Zicoli tech. It is a La Scarborough tarot, so if you're interested, it's really cool. But I'm going to ask for a little tarot wisdom, and I have not said this, and I normally do, but take what resonates, right? This may not hit you right now. It's not necessarily time specific. Might be something that later on in the month you're like, oh, that's what that was about. But just know that if it doesn't resonate for you, disregard it. Go about your day. But no matter what these cards say, right, what energies we feel in this, it's up to you and the choices you make and steps you take to bringing what you want to see. And I get temperance here, which is probably balance, right? Balance within your life. Moving past debilitating fears, right? Moving past fears of what anybody would say about you and bringing yourself out into the open. Part of why I like to wear the feathers is, especially out in the public, it's like, wear yourselves open. I don't care what you guys think. It's okay for me to honor ancestral knowledge and ancestral parts of me, regardless of what anyone thinks. Hey, if nothing else, it's pretty cool, but if nothing more, it's like an open statement of warrior truth. Bring balance to yourself and your warrior truth. And we get the 8 of Cups in reverse. It's like, if you see this 8 of Cups, all these little birds, they're caged in here. They're unable to go, and she's holding one. They're held captive, and these are crows, magic birds. If you can help release these birds, don't hold them caged and captive. Let them go. Just a moment, guys. All right, I'm back. So whatever needs to be let out of the cage for you to maintain or find the balance in your world right now, that is what you need to do. That's the warrior path, and sometimes it's hard, okay? But watch Mountain Men, my friends. I'm being guided to say, because we can transcend past fear. For any of you fans of the show Lost, count to 5. Let your fear sink in for 5 whole seconds. Get up, realize what needs to be done, and move about your day. Start the process. let go of the stuff that has kept you caged, and that finds balance. And I'm showing the bottom of the deck is the Six of Pentacles in reverse, and all we have here is the Six of Pentacles and one more, okay? And we get moving into calmer waters. So the Six of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, being trapped in fear, and moving into calmer waters with the Six of Swords. Move into calmer mental space, move into calmer communication space. When we dance past fear to know what do we need to communicate to others, what do we need to communicate to ourselves, what are we holding on to, and what are the values we think are not. What are the things that we hold true as a core value that maybe is no longer serving us and was outdated, and I'm hearing outdated thought paradigms, but also not our thought paradigms, okay? The idea of inception of, you know, when we're really little, sometimes little ideas can be planted as a seed, and if they're not good ones and we allow them to grow and flourish, that creates years and years and years of problematic thought patterning, okay? Thought programming. We want to reprogram that. So one of the things that I've been kind of having to do, and I'm going to bring it really into open awareness, is parts where maybe I'm not so proud of myself or situations that have gone terribly wrong. Envision yourself going back into that place, stopping time, finding yourself and saying, you know what? It's not worth it to continue this path. Walk away now with love. Remove yourself from the situation and kind of sew up that wound, lock that door, go move past that. Anything that is keeping you unable to maintain your balance and being pulled in too many directions, let them go. They're not serving you. Anything that's keeping you grounded in fear, as we had the Dancer of Fear here, it's time to let them go. Really help yourself move into calmer waters. Take the rest. Give your head a break. You know, move past anything that's hurt you and know that you have the power to bring this balance in. So I am going to ask one message for healing from the Crystal Mandala Oracle. Anyone who's resonated with this, I'm going to ask, guys, that you take your shoes off. We're going to do a little bit of a meditation here. It's only going to take a few minutes with breath work, but if you want to bring any crystals in now, maybe time to bring some rose quartz, some black onyx, some black tourmaline, anything for stabilization, obsidian, black snowflake, however you need to. I'm hearing Apache tear might be something to bring in, but take your shoes off and you know, just feel yourself ground in. And we're going to connect with our breath space here. So before I get going, guys, let's take our shoes off, spread your feet apart, and we're going to do 3 breaths. Each time we breathe in, we're going to breathe in love and light. We can breathe this in through our crown and imagine it coming down, and we want to imagine ourselves as a full circuit. So universal energy coming in, cleansing us all the way through, transmuting with love through our feet into the earth's core, and keeping us grounded and rooted, but grounded intuition, grounded connection to spirit. Okay? So breathe in this love and light, and wherever you feel it well in you, you hold it there. Okay? And you know that this is God, source, universe, energy, creator, whatever you have a word for it, but this is how you harness it. Okay? This is warrior self-step. First breath, hands open to receive. Let's breathe in love and light and wholeness, and hold it here. I'm really feeling solar plexus, sacral, and release that with love. And we're going to ask again, as we bring in the love and the light, on our breath out, we release anything negative, inauthentic, any blocks to our energy body. Please leave with love. Again, let's go. Breathing in love and light and wholeness. Reach full capacity here. Hold this a little longer than last time. And let's release with love. And one more time, guys, before we get into the card. And when you think you can't breathe in, take one more breath. hold it here. Know that you are love and a divine source of purity and energy is what I'm hearing. But hold it here. You have it. And release anything negative or inauthentic to that light field. Couple minutes there, change your worlds, right? Alright, so let's get one card from the Crystal Mandala Oracle, and we will continue this with some of the affirmations in the book. Spirit, what do you have for the time of Aquarius for anyone who's watching, please? And this is definitely honoring your warrior wisdom, and as I say that, I got one card in my hand and this one fell, so let's look at this one first. This is the Ascended Master Mary Magdalene and Aqua Aura Quartz, and this is also merch, but Divine Alchemy, my friends. And the bottom was Archangel Raphael and Grace for the Grand Gesture and Malachite, and this is heart healing, bringing this green energy into your heart, and pink for unconditional love. But definitely could be time, make those grand gestures, make those gestures of love for yourself and the world around you. But I am going to find the book and we'll do the healing affirmations in this. Okay. Alright, so as I do this, as we say it, you can repeat after me, or you can ask the universe to kind of channel me through you. And if you feel energy while this is happening, just make sure your shoes are off and accept it with love and light. And this is kind of our energy exchange, I guess, but let's find number